Picture this. You're sitting in your doctor's office for your annual checkup. You know the drill. The faint, sterile smell of antiseptic, the crinkle of the paper on the exam table, the familiar wait. The doctor comes in, holding your chart, their expression initially neutral, professional. They review your latest results, flipping through pages of data. You hold your breath for a moment, expecting the usual advice. Maybe watch your cholesterol, get a bit more exercise. But then, the doctor looks up from the chart, a slow smile spreading across their face. They lean forward and say something you never expected to hear. According to every significant biomarker we have, your biological age is a full decade younger than the number on your driver's license. Imagine that feeling. It's not just about a number. It's a validation that everything you're doing is working, that your body isn't just holding on, it's thriving. This isn't a fantasy, it's a real possibility, grounded in groundbreaking science. But what does biological age even mean? While your chronological age counts the birthdays you've had, your biological age tells the true story of your health. It's a measure of how old your cells and tissues are on a functional level. Scientists can measure this using markers like telomere length, the protective caps at the end of our DNA strands that shorten as we age, and DNA methylation, which acts like a series of switches that control which genes are turned on or off. A younger biological age means your body is repairing itself more efficiently, fighting off damage, and functioning with the vitality of a much younger person. This isn't just an abstract concept on a lab report. It's something you would feel every single day, in every part of your life. Think about your skin. You'd notice a new resilience, a healthy glow that no expensive cream can replicate. This is because your cells would be producing collagen and elastin more effectively, smoothing out fine lines and improving firmness from the inside out. Then there are your joints. Imagine waking up without that familiar morning stiffness. Picture yourself bending down to tie your shoes or play with your grandkids on the floor, not with a groan, but with fluid, painless ease. This stems from a profound systemic reduction in inflammation, the underlying cause of many age-related aches and pains. And what about your mind? That frustrating brain fog that can creep in. It would begin to lift, replaced by a sharp, clear focus. You'd find words more easily, remember names and details with newfound clarity, and feel mentally agile and engaged. This is your brain, revitalized, with neurons firing more efficiently and new connections being made. Beyond that, your energy levels would transform. We're not talking about a jittery, caffeine-fueled buzz. We're talking about deep, sustained, all-day stamina. The kind of energy that lets you power through your day, enjoy your hobbies, and still have plenty left over for a lovely evening with loved ones, feeling more like you did in your 40s or even your 30s. But the benefits don't stop there. We're talking about a stronger, more resilient heart with healthier blood pressure and cholesterol levels, a more robust immune system that can easily fend off common illnesses, and a more stable metabolism helping you maintain a healthy weight without constant, grueling effort. Now, I know what you might be thinking, and reversing the aging process? It sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie, a futuristic fantasy. For centuries, we've accepted aging as an inevitable one-way street of decline. But what if that fundamental belief is wrong? What if we've had the power to influence this process all along? Over the past decade, a quiet revolution has been unfolding in the fields of geroscience and nutrition. Scientists have identified what they call the hallmarks of aging, 9 distinct cellular and molecular processes that drive aging. These include things like mitochondrial dysfunction, which is when our cellular power plants start to fail, and cellular senescence, where old, damaged zombie cells accumulate in our tissues and release inflammatory signals. The incredible news is that these same scientists have discovered we can directly target these hallmarks. And the most powerful tool for doing so isn't a futuristic pill or a complex gene therapy. It's a single, humble food group. This discovery isn't based on flimsy evidence or a single small study. We're talking about a mountain of data from massive long-term human studies, the gold standard of scientific research. These studies, involving hundreds of thousands of people over many decades, have all pointed to the same undeniable conclusion. Regular consumption of this one food group can slow, halt, and in some cases even reverse the biological aging process at the cellular level. And here's the best part. This isn't some exotic, hard-to-find superfood that costs a fortune. It's not a goji berry harvested from a remote mountaintop or a proprietary supplement powder with a fancy label and an even fancier price tag. We are constantly bombarded with marketing for these kinds of products, each promising to be the one magic bullet for our health. But the truth, as revealed by rigorous science, is often much more straightforward and far more accessible. The food group we're about to reveal is available in every single grocery store, from your local corner market to the largest supermarket chain. It's affordable, versatile, and something you've likely walked past thousands of times without a second thought. The scientific evidence supporting its anti-aging effects is more robust and consistent than almost anything else in the entire field of nutrition. This isn't a fad, it's a fundamental pillar of a long and healthy life, often overlooked yet hiding in plain sight. So, what is this miraculous yet common food group? We won't keep you in suspense for much longer. In this video, we are going to pull back the curtain completely. We will tell you exactly what it is. We'll dive into the fascinating science, breaking it down in simple, easy-to-understand terms so that you can see for yourself. It's so powerful. We will give you the precise, evidence-based recommendations. You should aim to eat each day or at least once a week to unlock these incredible age-reversing benefits. Most importantly, we're going to make it easy for you. We'll share a host of practical tips, delicious and simple recipe ideas, and clever kitchen hacks to make incorporating this food into your meals an absolute pleasure. We'll even share strategies for those who think they don't enjoy this food group. We promise, we have ways to change your mind. We'll also cover the common mistakes people make, so you can be sure you're getting the maximum benefit from every single bite. The information we're about to share has the potential to change the way you age fundamentally. It can add not just years to your life, but more importantly, a vibrant, healthy, joyful life to your years. So please stay with us. Your younger self is waiting. This discovery isn't based on a fleeting trend or a small-scale experiment. It originates from one of the largest and most ambitious scientific endeavors in the history of nutrition. This landmark study tracked the lives of over 100,000 people for more than 30 years. Imagine the sheer scale of this undertaking. Generations of dedicated researchers meticulously collecting data, and generations of participants, from nurses to health professionals, diligently reporting their habits year after year, decade after decade. This long-term approach is crucial because it allows scientists to see beyond short-term fluctuations and identify the compelling, consistent patterns that shape our long-term health. The researchers didn't just ask people what they ate for lunch. They went much deeper, creating a comprehensive biological snapshot of each person. One of the first things they measured was chronic inflammation. Think of it as a slow-burning fire inside your body. While short-term inflammation is a healthy response to injury, chronic low-grade inflammation is a silent culprit that contributes to nearly every major age-related disease, including arthritis, heart disease, diabetes, and dementia. It's a persistent state of high alert that wears down your body's systems over time. Next, they tracked blood sugar control. They wanted to see how efficiently people's bodies were managing the sugar from their food. Poor blood sugar control, or insulin resistance, is like having a faulty fuel gauge. It leads to energy crashes, brain fog, and constant cravings. Over the long term, it dramatically increases the risk for metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes, conditions that can severely impact one's quality of life and longevity. Maintaining stable blood sugar levels is essential for sustained energy and cellular health. And perhaps most fascinatingly, they measured biological aging itself by looking at telomere length. Telomeres are the tiny protective caps at the ends of our DNA, much like the plastic tips on a shoelace. Every time our cells divide to repair and regenerate our bodies, these telomeres get a tiny bit shorter. When they become too short, the cell can no longer divide safely, and it enters a state of senescence. This process is a direct, measurable cause of aging. By measuring telomere length, the scientists could see whose bodies were aging faster or slower on a cellular level, providing a powerful clue into the secrets of longevity. So with this mountain of data, decades of diet logs, exercise habits, and these deep biological markers, the scientists began their search. They used powerful computers to sift through millions of data points, looking for the key to healthy aging. They carefully controlled for other factors such as genetics, income, and smoking. They wanted to isolate the dietary patterns that made the most significant difference, independent of any other factors. As the analysis progressed, a clear and undeniable pattern began to emerge from the noise. It wasn't a rare supplement or a complicated diet. It was a single, humble food group. People who consume this food group daily experienced significantly better health outcomes across the board. First, their hearts were stronger. They had significantly fewer heart attacks and lower rates of cardiovascular disease. This is because this food group actively works to lower harmful LDL cholesterol, reduce blood pressure, and improve the flexibility of blood vessels, ensuring that vital oxygen and nutrients can reach the heart and every other organ. They also had lower rates of cancer. This is attributed to a rich supply of antioxidants, which act as a personal security force for your cells, neutralizing unstable molecules called free radicals before they can damage your DNA and plant the seeds for cancerous growth. Their brains also stayed sharper for longer. The data showed better cognitive function, enhanced memory, and a lower risk of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. This protective effect is linked to reducing inflammation in the brain and boosting blood flow, which nourishes brain cells and supports healthy neural connections. And perhaps most powerfully, people who consistently ate this food group had a much lower risk of physical disability in their later years. This translates directly to more years of independence, being able to climb stairs without pain, gardening, traveling, and living a whole active life on your terms. When all the data was plotted on a graph, the conclusion was unmistakable. The more of this one food group people ate, the more their risk for virtually every major chronic disease went down. The food group is legumes. That's beans, lentils, chickpeas, and peas. It might sound too simple to be true, but in every long-living population, from Okinawa, Japan, to Sardinia, Italy, legumes are eaten almost daily. They're rich in plant-based protein, fiber, minerals, and compounds that calm inflammation, protect your cells, and feed your gut microbiome, the community of good bacteria that influences everything from mood to immunity. Let's break it down in plain English. Understanding that a food is beneficial for you can be the most powerful motivation to incorporate it into your diet. The incredible health benefits of legumes can be understood by examining 4 key components: their high fiber content, high-quality protein, protective polyphenols, and wealth of essential micronutrients. Let's start with the first pillar, fiber. It's a well-known fact, but it bears repeating. Most people, especially those over 60, do not get enough fiber. The daily recommendation is around 25 to 30 grams, yet many of us consume less than half that amount. Legumes are one of the richest sources available, but not all fiber is the same. Legumes contain 2 types that work in beautiful harmony. First, there's insoluble fiber, which you can think of as the great sweeper. It doesn't dissolve in water, so it adds bulk to stool, promoting regularity and helping to sweep waste cleanly from your digestive tract. Then there's soluble fiber, which acts more like a super sponge. It dissolves in water to form a thick gel-like substance in your gut. This gel is a game changer. It physically traps dietary cholesterol and bile acids, preventing their absorption and facilitating their removal from the body. Your liver then has to pull more cholesterol from your blood to make new bile, effectively lowering your LDL, or bad cholesterol levels. This same gel also dramatically slows the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. This prevents those sharp energy spikes and subsequent crashes, promoting stable energy throughout the day and providing crucial support for managing blood sugar levels. Finally, this fiber is a feast for your gut microbiome, acting as a prebiotic that nourishes the trillions of beneficial bacteria living in your gut. A happy gut is linked to better immunity, lower inflammation, and even improved mood. Next up is protein, which becomes critically important as we age. After the age of 60, we all experience a natural, age-related decline in muscle mass and strength, a condition called sarcopenia. This isn't just about appearance. It has a direct impact on our balance, mobility, and ability to live independently. It increases the risk of falls and fractures, which can be life-altering. To make matters more challenging, our bodies also develop what's called anabolic resistance, meaning our muscles need more protein than they used to maintain themselves. This is where legumes shine. A single cup of cooked lentils, for example, packs about 18 grams of high-quality protein. And don't worry about the old myth of incomplete proteins. As long as you eat a variety of plant foods throughout your day, your body will get all the essential amino acids it needs. What's truly remarkable about legume protein is the package it comes in. Unlike many animal sources, it's delivered with 0 cholesterol, very little saturated fat, and a substantial dose of the beneficial fiber we just discussed. It's the perfect combination for building and preserving lean muscle while simultaneously protecting your heart. Third, let's talk about a word you might hear a lot: polyphenols. Think of these plant compounds as your body's microscopic security team. Every day, our cells are under attack from unstable molecules known as free radicals, which leads to a process called oxidative stress. You can visualize it as a kind of biological rust, the same process that turns a cut apple brown. This cellular rust is a primary driver of aging and many chronic diseases. Polyphenols are potent antioxidants that patrol your system, neutralizing these free radicals before they can harm. They are like tiny shields that protect your DNA, proteins, and cell membranes from damage. But their job doesn't stop there. They also possess potent anti-inflammatory properties and can positively impact cellular pathways associated with longevity. The vibrant colors of legumes, the deep red of a kidney bean, the jet black of a black bean, are often a sign of their rich polyphenol content. Finally, we have the micronutrients. Legumes are like a multivitamin in a shell, packed with minerals and vitamins essential for healthy aging. Let's highlight just a few. They are rich in magnesium, a mineral involved in over 300 bodily processes, including regulating blood pressure and maintaining a steady heartbeat, as well as preventing muscle cramps. They're also loaded with potassium, which works in opposition to sodium to help manage blood pressure, a cornerstone of cardiovascular health. They are a fantastic source of folate, a B vitamin crucial for creating new cells and processing an amino acid called homocysteine. High levels of homocysteine are linked to an increased risk of heart disease and cognitive decline. So you see, it's not just one thing, it's the powerful synergy of all these components: the fiber, the protein, the polyphenols, and the micronutrients, all working together. That is the secret to the legume's incredible ability to support your health, energy, and longevity. In one study, individuals who replaced even a small portion of red meat with legumes experienced measurable improvements in their biological age markers within just 8 weeks. Their inflammation dropped, blood sugar improved, and their telomeres, those DNA caps, were longer than expected for their chronological age. Translation: their cells were aging more slowly than their birthdays suggested. So, how much should you eat? The most substantial evidence points to about 1 cup of cooked legumes per day. That could be half a cup at lunch, half at dinner, or all in one meal. It doesn't have to be boring. And in a moment, I'll share 5 of my favorite quick, senior-friendly recipes that taste amazing and keep you feeling light and energized. Here are my top picks: Mediterranean chickpea salad, chickpeas, diced tomato, cucumber, olive oil, lemon juice, fresh herbs; lentil soup with carrots, onions, garlic, and vegetable broth; black bean tacos with avocado, fresh salsa, and shredded lettuce; hummus plate with carrot sticks, cucumber slices, or whole grain crackers; 3-bean chili kidney beans, black beans, and pinto beans with a touch of cumin and chili powder. These are high in flavor, low in cost, and can be prepped ahead to make your week easier. I know what you might be thinking. Don't beans cause gas? Yes, they can at first, especially if your body isn't used to fiber. The trick is to start small, just a few spoonfuls, and rinse canned beans well. Your gut will adapt in 2-3 weeks and the benefits are worth it. Another myth? They're not complete proteins. That's partly true, but pairing them with whole grains, like rice, oats, or whole wheat bread, makes them complete. Myth versus fact graphics. This isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. Legumes support steadier energy so that you can enjoy hobbies and family time, stronger muscles and bones so you can keep traveling and exploring, sharper thinking so that you can remember names, appointments, and the punchline of your favorite joke, lower medical bills because prevention is always cheaper than treatment. So here's your challenge. Add just half a cup of legumes to one meal tomorrow. Then, over the next month, work your way up to a cup a day. This one simple shift could be the most straightforward, most affordable anti-aging strategy you've ever tried. Split screen, before versus after energy. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, your biological age is in your hands, and sometimes the most powerful changes come from the simplest foods. If you found this helpful, please like the video, subscribe to Senior Wellness Daily 365, and share it with someone you care about. Tomorrow, I'll be revealing 7 daily habits that slow aging in every system of your body. Don't miss it.